Welcome to this edition of
Linux in Review.
We're now looking at Ubuntu Studio 11.04 32-bit edition. Ubuntu Studio is a studio variant of Ubuntu Linux and has been around since 2007. It can be downloaded as its own install disk or upgraded from vanilla Ubuntu through a quick terminal command. It only took me 15 minutes to upgrade from Ubuntu 11.04, though I omitted the graphics packages. As you will notice, one of the first things the upgrade does is knock you back to GNOME Classic 2.3 by default. For multimedia creation, this may actually be a plus over Unity. While the software included isn't as full-featured as some of the other studio distros, it includes all of the major software one would need to get going in multimedia creation. The only included digital audio workstation is Ardor. While it is the most feature-rich open-source DAW ever made, it can be overly complex for the average recordist. And don't get me wrong, I don't use anything else. I'm recording the audio for this video right now on it. Since I don't have much meat and potatoes for this review, let me take the time to highlight two of my favorite guitar effects tools ever. GuitarX and Rack-A-Rack are amazing at altering the sound of guitar and bass. I personally use Rack-A-Rack quite a bit more and really only use GuitarX if I need a second effect or I'm already utilizing Rack-A-Rack. Rack-A-Rack contains a series of up to 10 modules that can be arranged to create pretty much any sound you're looking for, and some you probably never heard a guitar make. The presets are great, and it's extremely easy to create your own sound. I do, however, like the workflow of GuitarX, and it looks nicer as an app, but I can't always get the sound I'm looking for out of it. OpenShot is the only added video editing software. It's a feature-rich editing app that is simple to understand, yet has features like chroma keying. The only problem is, it's buggy as hell. I've tested it on multiple distros on different computers, and its bugs are far-reaching. As you'll notice here in the video, being opened after a clean install and not even doing anything with it, the program has to be force closed. Ubuntu Studio includes the majority of useful production software I use on a regular basis, and most of the rest can be downloaded easily from the Ubuntu Software Center. It does surprise me that it is missing some of the plugins I do use on a regular basis, like the Invada plugins and Auto Talent, but they're easy enough to get. The lack of Audacity also stuns me. And why Sinalera is not included when the bug-ridden OpenShot is, I may never know. The only thing I can come up with is the fact that Sinalera is not part of the Ubuntu repositories. In conclusion, Ubuntu Studio is a very solid, easy-to-install multimedia creation system, but it doesn't seem like much real development has been made to it in the last few releases. All the applications included are not from any special repository, but instead just a convenient way to get software that can all be gotten through the Software Center. I can see where this might be a good My First Studio distro, but with all the other studio distros out there these days, like KX Studio, which also runs on Ubuntu, and AV Linux, I just don't see what this distro is really filling a need for in the general production community these days. Thanks for listening. Join me next time when I review Debian 6, and shortly thereafter, AV Linux 5.